Bo Nickal is in an interesting position, right? You have a world champion wrestler, and a little bit of that is Chael speak for his hardcore wrestling fans. But America is the only country in the world that contests a style called collegiate. So if you win the national championship in America for collegiate, you are now the world champion. But a lot of people don't like that speak, right? I mean, that's cheating. That's what football and basketball do. They're the National Football Association. They're the National Basketball League. And then when you win it, they call you a world champion. Wrestling doesn't like to do that. They know that's a scumbaggery and they know it's cheating. I like scumbags and I like to cheat. I call them a world champion. And when you're in that kind of a situation, you're going to have a few fights of free reign to let your hands go. You just will. All wrestlers do. And there will also be a deception period for the wrestlers that let their hands go and find success. There will be a deception period of well-roundedness. There'll be a deception period of this is the great, this is the one. This is since 1993 what the sport's been looking for. It's right here. When the reality is the opponents thought that you were going to come out and wrestle. It turned out you let some hands go. You did it 2 or 3 times. Guys watch the tape and the gig is up. And I'm not saying which is which. What I'm suggesting for you is this is a difficult spot that Bo is in, and he's passing with flying colors. Bo Nickal does not know, and this is not an exaggeration. I don't say this to prove a point. These are literal words. Bo Nickal does not know. Bo Nickal's father, Jason, doesn't know that in this sport, when your phone rings and they tell you the date and the opponent, that you can say no. It would never cross Jason Nickal, that's his father, or Bo Nickal's mind. It would never. Like, could never get a phone call and pop in and tell Chael Sonnen, yeah, they want me to fight this guy. And Chael's like, all right, you want to fight that guy? We got to get a different guy. Like, that is no part of a wrestler's mindset at all. For me, oh, thank you, buddy. It's just no part of a wrestler's mindset whatsoever. That's very nice of you. Thanks, Ethan. And I share that with you because it was a last-minute fight. The guy was set up. What do you know about a guy? You know, he's got a different body type than I've trained with. He's got a different body type than I'm prepared for. He's undefeated. And according to his record, he's pretty good at knocking people out. This looks pretty straightforward that I need to go out and take him down. Right? But Bo decided not to do that. It's very interesting. Now, it's tough. From a character development standpoint, it's very tough. Bo did not give the world a lot. He didn't give the world a lot to work with. And maybe he's the smartest guy in the room. Maybe he's got a strategy on that, right? I mean, there's a chance that Bo said, okay, hey, listen, I get some big press here, right? My checks are the same. If I win, or if I win, my check is the same. If I look great doing it, I can get an of-the-night bonus. It doesn't matter if I'm a cajillion to 1 favorite. Like, that has literally never been factored in to an of-the-night bonus. Ever. If you're a cajillion to 1 favorite. So if the money's the same, and the placement on the card is good, we're cool again. I'm 26 years old. See you when I'm 29, right? It could be a situation like that. It could be. But you're not going to get Chimaev. You're just not going to get Chimaev. Unless you piss off Chimaev, then you get him right now. It'd be done. It'd be done at the press conference tonight. You call out Chimaev, you upset Chimaev, you get a response from Chimaev, you're now fighting Chimaev in October, and that was prime for the taking. And it was so blatantly passed over, I have to assume it's by design. And that's okay. because the checks are the same and the card placement is beautiful. And the of the nights don't get factored in if the guy's a rising star or if the guy got signed on Thursday. So I'm just suggesting for you there's different ways to do it. And I thought that it was very calculated how it was done. I don't have a problem with it. If you're looking to be, right? You're looking to be the good guy and be in church on Sunday and want Father to tell you what a good disciple. If that's what you're doing, man, you absolutely, you nailed it. You nailed it. Sure. And you're not going to go backwards, by the way. You got TV time, you're on the main card, and you get knockouts in the second. You don't go backwards. You don't work your way down the card. It's literally called a promotion, right? Literally, this is literally called a promotion. You do a good job, you get promoted. You go that way. But you're not getting in there with Chimaev. That's not an interesting match without the back and forth, without the young, clean-cut American wrestling, in my opinion, world champion. I believe he's a 4-time world champion. I believe that. I know he won the University Worlds. I believe he won 3 NCAAs. I think he's a 4-time world champion. I can live with you telling me he's not. But I think it's an incredible story. If there's a back and forth, if you've got the bad guy versus the good guy, which you've got, the story works. You got to find each other. Right? Nobody's looking for hard fights. I mean, you got to understand that. If you're out playing a game, which is not to call for hard fights don't call for you. Right? It doesn't work that way. Chimaev isn't looking to do anything harder than he's got to do either. Now, his spots in what we believe is number 1 contenderships and what we believe is going to be a co-main event. Maybe a little bit of a different conversation, but you play in the same game. And as we move forward, I am very curious what's next for Chimaev. I really am. That seems to be the one that isn't quite talked about. Chimaev did an interview recently saying that he doesn't know. Kamaru Usman partook in media 2 days ago on Thursday and said he thought he was fighting Chimaev. And we've all heard those rumors in the catch weight and knew that wasn't going to be him. Before that, it was Paulo Costa who got switched over and thought there was a little bit room there for Izzy, right? Who Izzy's next opponent was going to be. I mean, I told you guys I didn't believe the Prohaska rumors, but that the Prohaska rumors were out there. So it's just a very interesting spot at 185. And there's some big fights and there's some big matches. And the matchmakers will go through contracts and see, we owe a fight to this guy, we owe a fight to this guy. They'll do that, or you can find them yourself. Or you can avoid them yourself. And I believe that's what we saw tonight.